YouTube user Zeke the Antique Freak here. I've accomplished a little feat this morning, and it was pull the starter recoil rope out of the housing. And anyway, so I picked up some rope. I believe it to be 1/4 inch. It's generic stuff. I wasn't able to get any Stihl stuff locally, so I'm hoping it's okay. A little bit of a learning curve here. Now, in order to be able to get at the fuel line, to take the tank off, so I drained the fuel tank first because I've got to set the thing on its side and whatnot. So there's a little hose that you have to take off there for the fuel, and that's easier done with this off, with the air filter plate. While I was in there, I realized that somebody at one time had eliminated the gasket over top of the carburetor, so I made a crude little cardboard gasket here. We'll put that back on. In one attempt at putting back together, I had trapped the throttle rod somehow in here, and so I had it all back together, and life was wonderful, and the throttle wouldn't work. So anyway, as I'm putting it together this time, I'll make darn sure that the choke and throttle both function on that part. As for the actual mounting, there's T25 screws there. I don't know if you can see that little guy there. One up there. This one has a nut on the inside, that guy there. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. And so you need a 5/16 wrench, and that'll go. You'll have to hold and trap the little nut that's. I don't know if you can see my big finger here. It's pretty dark. So anyway, 5/16 wrench, T25 Torx to get in there, and there's this little brace on this air filter cover. That little guy is a slot in it there, and that bolt has to go through that. As for the recoil itself, I think when I look back on what all happened today, I do believe that somebody broke the rope. They just shortened it and put it back in again, because this saw was really bad for hardly any stroke on the rope. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving a whole bunch of excess. I've got a mark on the rope. I made it black there at 28 inches, so I got something to work with. At 28, this particular size of cable fills that spool. I've got a wee tiny bit of lubrication on a brass bushing down inside there. The rest of it I got it perfectly dry, because there's two friction discs that have to face in to trap this mechanism here. And if they're lubricated, then it can, or if the washers are in backwards that the friction is out, then the recoil can pull out without engaging the dogs. So I cleaned inside here. There was a bit of, it seemed like some oil and filth in there, so I've dried that out good and made sure that there's everything's dry on the friction part. This isn't complete yet. There's a little washer goes on here with an E-clip to hold that all together, and the spring will hold the pressure on there. So now that I got lots of rope, and I had pulled on the handle a few times, and it was kind of short, and I was coming to the end, and then the knot that I had made in the handle pulled through. So this time I'm going to leave more tail on the rope part as it comes through the handle. So it's working against the spring here, so I'll get it so that I can get the most travel possible. If you wind it really tight to start with the handle, then you haven't got as much travel on that inside spring, and it's hard on it when you come to the end. Anyway, that's about it. New gasket and some new bit of rope in there. And hopefully the old girl's ready to chug. I was using it this morning before it broke, and man, that is some kind of a machine. Anyway, Zeke the Antique Freak, over and out.